All right, today's question is, what should I be eating before and after my workouts? So today, great question, very important question, and a lot of people probably want to know the answer to that question. So we're going to call in reinforcements here. I'm going to bring in someone who's a little more qualified, and I'm going to bring in Rebecca here. Rebecca's a registered dietitian, and so this is kind of her field of expertise. So Rebecca, take it away. What should people be eating before and after workouts?
All right, well, thanks, Anthony, for having me here. It is a great question, a very common question. I'm going to give the guidelines. I'm going to give some scenarios, but realize the guidelines are only guidelines. I think each person will discover what they really like to do so they can really have the best workout possible. So typically, if we look at nutrients, carbohydrates are going to be instant fuel. So prior to workout, you should have something, what we call easy digestible carbohydrates. So that would be things like maybe a piece of fruit. It might be a glass of milk, like cow's milk or soy milk. It might be having a little bit of Gatorade before you go in, one of those sports kind of drinks with some sugar in there, a little bit of electrolytes. But something simple, I think that's key, okay? You don't want anything that's really heavy in fat or a lot of protein, because it actually can slow you down during your workout, especially if it's a good intensity workout. So I think about your morning classes. People might get up right away and come right in to do their workout, and they haven't eaten all during that night. So number one, of course, get hydrated, but you might find that having a small banana might be something quite helpful, or a little thing of milk before the workout. And then you have noon classes and you have evening classes, correct?
Yep.
And of course, training all in there. So think about your day, and if it's been a good 3 to 4 hours before your last meal, definitely 30 to 60 minutes, have one of those choices I just talked about, because it's gonna make, you're gonna feel really low in energy about halfway through your workout. And then the other part of it, after yep. Which I think this is key. You need to eat this way. The beginning part of a workout can be a little bit different, but the post is very important. So within 30 to 60 minutes after you have a good workout, and most of your workouts are what, 45 to 60 minutes?
Usually around there, or shorter, okay, depends, right.
Yeah. I recommend it normal time, and they're good intensity workouts, correct?
Yep.
Okay. So during those workouts, you do cardio, you're doing strength training, right? And in that whole time, what's happening is your muscles are breaking down. Nutrition is what helps build them up, right? You don't want to have good, strong muscles over time. So if you don't have proper nutrition, it's not going to happen. You're not going to be able to build those muscles. The perfect combination is carbohydrates with protein. So I always tell people when I work with them, if they're having their workout around mealtime, like in the morning they do their workout and they go have breakfast, or after their noon workout they go have their lunch, or after their evening, your 4:30 session or 5:15 or 5:30 session, then just go home and have a nice meal. So if we know, we live in the Midwest, we know what protein is, right? Of course, meat, and what else would you consider to be protein?
I like milk.
You like milk?
Like,
any kind of dairy, yep. Cheese, cottage cheese, yogurt. For those of us who don't particularly care for meats, another great source of protein would be eggs, nuts, seeds, legumes, soy. So there's quite a nice variety there. That along with, and I mentioned with the carbohydrates, fruit, vegetable, and whole grain. So that combination is what's key. Does that make sense?
Absolutely, absolutely. And I think too, one thing too is don't try to overthink it too much. Or get too bogged down in the details. I mean, Rebecca gave some good general suggestions, and you'll find out everyone's different. You got to find out what works best for you, your schedule, as well as what you can handle before or after workouts. But try not to get caught up in the minutia. As long as you get the principles, you can develop a plan that probably works best for an individual yourself.
Yeah, I think that's a great, I always tell people to start broad. If they do not, if you're listening to this information, you're like, oh, I don't even eat after a workout, which is not uncommon, then starting out pretty basic. Like, you know, if you went home and you had a chicken and cheese sandwich, for your dinner. That's good carbohydrates, good protein. That'd be pretty decent. So,
Yeah.
Good point.
All right, awesome. Well, thanks, Rebecca.
Thanks for having me.
So you guys take it to heart and get better. We'll see you soon.